All right, folks, welcome. Little bit of speeding up to do into game number 1 here. We're not very far behind. We've got Boundary Brawl to start it all off, and we are in the round of 16, so things get very serious here. We've got Yo. Mr. Yo is known as being the Nomad expert. He's Seed 5 coming into this tournament. We'll see if he can prove that wrong, make a deep run, maybe win the whole thing. Yo is playing as the Khmer here in the red, and then in the blue we have Sitaux. Seed 12 in this tournament, but man, this guy is quite a player. And I think at this point, everyone, again, it's going to slow down here in just a second. Everyone is just so good, and I really am expecting a lot of close sets. I predict this is going to go to 5 games. I have a lot of belief in Sitaux, and obviously, with that, a lot of belief in Yo. So, Huns has been a civ we've seen a lot on this map, and it's like every single time I cast, I'm talking about how Huns are just OP here, right? And I still think that. It was the first pick from Sato. So every time... So I didn't think it would make it through the draft. But it is making it through the draft. And it's always first pick when it does. So, I mean, Sato living the absolute dream here with this Hun horse. And he's done his preparation on this map. He knows about the water buffaloes scattered around the water. Now, Yo should know about that. But there's not much he can do because he doesn't get the horse. And it's worth noting that he did pick... he ended up picking Georgians first. So could have actually gone for Huns as well, in all honesty. A villager for Yo is trying to go to wood. And Sitaux is just trying to delay the villager, because why not, I guess. Sorry, I need to add Sitau's flag here. I knew something was missing. So it's not just the horse getting the water buffaloes, but the other aspect that makes the Huns very strong here is that you can then use your horse to scout to see what your opponent's doing. And you could see what resource they're taking on the outside. Are they adding a stable? Are they adding an archer range? All those things that the other's kind of in the dark on. Lots of Hun around the TCs. There's also 3 straggler trees. It's pretty much fixed at this point, so wherever the players are going to build their TC, there's only 3 trees. And so what Sitaux is trying to do... He is... Well, did he build a lumber camp? Oh, okay. So I thought maybe he was going to build a dock before the lumber camp. He did not. And similar thinking here for Yo. Now, yesterday, one of my viewers brought up, they said, trying to play Feudal Age against Huns might not be a very good play. And that maybe the best approach is Yo is walking this way with a Vil right now. Okay, he's just going to push in the hunt with it. But maybe the best approach is to try Fast Castle. Because, like, if you go for Feudal Age, they're going to see everything you do. They have a really good advantage on Feudal Age builds because of all the buffalo. If there was a civ that could play really solid with Fast Castle, it would be Khmer. You could skip the buildings. You could go for, like, Fast Scorpions or Fast Knights or something. I wouldn't actually hate that. Now, I do think that your resources are going to be at the limit when you make it to Castle Age. But from what we've seen Huns... do in Feudal Age on this map, it's just kind of devastating. So maybe that's what Yo's thinking. Maybe he will try some type of a fast castle. He's taken both of his rhinos already. It doesn't look to me like he's building up towards a build that's going to incorporate a dock, like we're seeing Sitaux do. And, you know, Sitaux just casually has 1,700 food underneath the TC. So Huns have just been... We had, Mihai dominate with Huns on this map in the other round of 16 set. And now we've got Sitaux first pick, first game. What a nice bit of momentum it could be for him to win the first game here against Yo. Settle down the nerves a little bit. Put Yo under some pressure. Looks like Yo's not going Fast Castle. Looks like he's going to click up. His Vils are on the move, most likely to the woodline, and then maybe the gold, which he does see. And Sitau's horse is just all around here. Like, Sitau's like, what is he doing? Where is he going? And you can also see the villagers leaving the TC here, so. Champy says, I don't think Sitaux is the nervous type, to be honest. I think it can come and go with everybody. But Sitaux, compared to some other players, isn't a player you typically see be very jittery. So I can agree with you on that. But, yeah, I mean, I've talked to so many players, no matter how great. And there are times where, especially if things don't go right early, that's where the nerves can really set in. So think about this map, too. You're like, there's so much that has to happen right away. it is relatively intense compared to maybe a start on Nomad or Growlpool, which are also in the map pool. Thank you, Byzantium, Trailmaker. Thank you guys for hitting new year milestones. Locust hitting a year as well. Doctor, thank you for the 21 months. What's up, guys? Let's go, people. Everyone's here. Let's go. So, Galleys has been the dominant play. We've got the 2 villagers on gold on the outside for Sitaux. We've got the 2 villagers on gold on the outside then for Yo. Yo didn't make a fishing ship. This is a super quick uptime compared to Sitaux. He won't have the buffaloes. He'll just have the berries after his villagers finish this tree. And Yo is building a stable. But guys, he's building a stable in the middle. Now, you think about this. It's like, I hate the fact that Sitaux can see this, and this isn't going to be a surprise. But Sitaux probably would scout whatever it is anyways, because he has the horse. And then also, if you're making army from the middle, at least it's like faster to get to wherever Sitaux is. Sitaux's adding a barracks now, so he'll be like, oh, he's going to go scouts? All right, that's fine. I'll just add a couple spears. Sitaux also bringing in... He's no loom yet, by the way. Oh! Oh my god, the villager pathing was brutal there. He almost ended up losing a vill. That would have been a tilter right there. That was not Sitaux's fault. If you tell a villager to garrison, sometimes they double to the side right now. So, Sitaux's under pressure already by an immediate fire galley. We also then do have the scout from Yo. These are really nice timings from him. And all the positives of Huns are there, of course, with the water buffalo later on. But this is some nice early pressure. Sitaux's fishing ship's getting pushed back. And Yo taking a nice little bit of initiative here. And, oh, dude, that's so good. That is so good from Yo. Oh, well, okay, he ruined it now. But, like, that was really fun. You could tell that Sitaux was going to try and garrison the TC. And he keeps trying to bait him into a garrison here. Dude, I love stuff like that so much. And obviously, it's funny. It's funny to see someone mess around like that. But it is actually a pretty big deal. That's 10 villagers that, for a couple periods of time, weren't working. Plus, it's annoying for Sitaux, and now he loses the fishing ship anyways. He also lost the other fishing ship. And now Yo's 2 scouts are here. But there is a spear already. And he was a little late to realizing. So now his scout is down. Now, Yo has started to farm really early next to this TC, which I think is a smart play. And then it's actually not as big a deal if you don't have the buffaloes. This is not something I've seen a lot of other players doing recently, is the farming. And Sitaux is going to build a tower now, just to block off this space. That's interesting. He won't be able to build the defensive tower on the outside, unless he takes more stone. And he also is thinking about going scouts. Yo is going to wall up. And Yo is also trying to bring in this elephant. That is a dead vill. Unless Yo blocks. Yikes, dude. Oh, man. Yo trying to do so many things. He will block the elephant now. Or what? Guys, the scouts are phasing through the elephant. It wouldn't let him block the elephant there. Did you see that? What on earth was that? I have a theory behind it, by the way. But that, like, could definitely be classified as a bug that hurt Mr. Yo. He's not going to get that elephant. He lost the villager. I think there is something you could do. No, he was not running between the legs of the elephant. I think it could have had something to do with the scout stance, because if you have the scouts on a certain stance, it does affect their hitbox. But I don't need to dive in too deep on that right now. Either way, we thought Sitaux would have a lead. I would consider him in a really nice position here. And the tower was a good move to keep Yo off of those 3 farms. He kills the villager there with the fire galleys. Yo has no fire galleys anymore. And I think Yo's plan now is just make it to the castle age. Also, that horse has been trapped. On the outside, we've got some hunt coming in here from Sitaux. The only thing that could threaten him would be the scouts. He does have the spears around. And yes, Sitaux doesn't seem too bothered by this. So resources collected way higher already for Sitaux. And that should just continue here because the villagers can't go anywhere. Except this berry bush where there's a tower. Like, and Sitaux's actually just going to build another tower. I think how Yo opened here was quite nice. You push the water, you make things awkward. But ultimately, the Buffaloes, dude. Like, the Buffaloes are just insanely important. And if the Huns are here, they're going to get the Buffaloes unless the other guy walks around with all his vills. You see that from Yo? He was about to make a run for it. But Sitaux could see everything. So this is brutal for Yo. He's walking over here. Is he trying to run now? Sitaux, you can see this, bro. Where is Yo going? Okay, he's just going to chop the trees for now. Whatever Yo does in Castle Age needs to be insane. I think an immediate siege workshop, an immediate siege to push back the towers in the TC. There's no way that he can realistically run away without taking losses. And another game where the Huns just seem insane. Again, I don't want to take something away from the player, but if Huns are played perfect, just feel like these vills have never had to do anything else except take these Buffalo. They're still feasting on it. It's so nice. If you just saw the Eco KD, Yo lost a villager to a Rhino, and he just lost another villager here to either Sitau's tower or Sitau's fire ship. And now Yo's running, and Sitaux sees it. Like, he's just waiting for Yo to try and run away. He's just being patient. Oh, God, there's a demo! There's a demo! There's a demo! Yo, run! Run away! Okay, he does run away. He did notice the demo, at least. But look at all the villagers not working right now. What a painful position for Yo. He does add some more scouts. Maybe thinking about light cav. But his eco is so idle. And there's the siege workshop. There are the vills making a run for it. He will make it out with 4. That's acceptable, though, if you're Sitaux. Because you can already see all this is not so good. He does see those vills making a run for it. The demo's going to chase. Yo can't do anything about it. Split them up. Split them up, Yo. Split them up. You can't be grouped together. Ooh, Sitau's really being choosy about this. He's like, I could actually save the demo and kill some vills anyways. Honestly, I mean, all things considered, it could have been worse for Yo. Sitaux still saves the demo. Yo only lost 1 villager there. Now, there is a knight, and there is a ram now from Yo trying to push down that middle tower. The scouts will not deny that TC. But I don't think this tower will go down. Beautiful play from Sitaux. He has so many resources to work with. He's got so many knights. Yo can't afford another knight because Yo has no food eco right now. And Yo's going to lose his knight. What a start for Sitaux here, guys. Just a perfect start. Also, we missed the demo here. I apologize. I will go back because I'm a man of the people. And let's be real. There's not going to be... this game isn't going to be much longer anyways. So, as Yo's distracted in the middle, looking at what we were looking at, demo does land from Sitaux. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, this feels super, super over. Just going to catch up now. So, when I looked at the draft... I felt like Civ-wise, I mean, if every Civ was played optimally, it felt like maybe a 3-2 for Sitaux. Because Huns felt like the win here. Yo lost another villager to an elephant. But Yo is just such a big favorite on any Nomad map. And Yo is the better, has had the, the better career and is like top 5 all time. So hard to bet against him. But this is what I mean about Sitaux. He comes ready to play, man. I mean... he's had near perfect game. 30 seconds of TC idle time throughout everything that he's been doing. And maybe Yo's going to play on a little bit longer because he thinks the score is inflated because there's Navy from Sitaux, or because of the scouting from the Hun horse, or just because he wants to get warmed up. But this is just a stomp. Just an absolute stomp. Yeah, it is fair. Like this isn't as similar to standard Nomad or Grapple or some of the other maps we're going to see. And though technically it is a Nomad start. Yeah, Sitau's not going to lose this one, guys. 10,000 resources collected versus 7,000 and 53 workers versus 30 right now. And Yo's got 0 army as well. It's funny, it was the same thing that happened when Tato played Mihai, where the one guy's super dead, and we see them play on a lot longer than they would normally. I think it's for the reasons I described, where like Yo doesn't have scouting, so he's thinking that maybe a lot of the score is scouting for the opponent. And then also Yo doesn't have Navy, so he's thinking a lot of the score might be Navy. So it doesn't matter. Sitaux is just going to take out the TC anyways. And just sitting underneath the TC with +2 armor. I think based on, like, Sitau's basically seen everything the entire game. So he knows he could just toss away a couple knights here. I mean, why not? And send a message, dude. Send the message to Yo. Let him know. Like, denying the house there. Let him know, like, this is the type of player you're up against today, Yo. Okay. This is what Yo's life has turned into. Are you serious? Is this what it is now? Oh, he's waiting for the monk. That's so funny, because the TC's just going to eject the Vils. That's actually pretty annoying for Sitaux. But still, the idle time is probably worth it. And I guess he could always just make some siege. We're 27 minutes into this game. Yo's never been over 40 villagers, and he still has over an hour of idle time. And whatever he had here just got picked off by a couple knights as well. Dang. Well, I guess Sitau's going to have to make some siege. Yo is a man of the people. He wants to give me some time to remind you guys of some of the important things about this event. So first off, we got 2 sets today, which should be sick. All right. So be ready for that. Also, we've got a giveaway going on. It'll end in a week, which is pretty much when the event ends. I think technically 8 days. And conversion happens there for Yo. So if you haven't already entered that in all the different ways that you can, there's a link below the stream, or you can use the giveaway command. I don't know how easily that works on mobile, but it works perfect on desktop. Check it out. You still got like a week. Sitaux isn't really in a position. I mean, he doesn't have to necessarily do much more to get a massive lead. He's underneath all the TCs. It's actually like really surprising me that Yo is still in this game. But hey, we got a couple subs to thank. I could thank General Sky for the Prime sub. And it's funny that, like, this has been the map where players play on a lot longer once they're dead. Just has to be, they haven't played it as much. It's not as clear when they're completely out of the game. And in the case of Yo, this is also game number 1, and he's gotten kind of stomped here. So he might want to get a warm-up in. Yo has said before that the longer the set goes, the better he plays. So this is a way of making the series a little bit longer, perhaps. But this is like... This is pretty rough. Sitau's going to be on 4 TCs. Nice farms there, Sitaux. Love to see it. And it might drop a castle soon. Really, he's just been missing, like, a ram or 2 just to kill off the TCs. But why do that when you can just raid underneath the TCs as well nonstop? And I think we might see a castle drop as well. And yeah, Mr. Yo going to lose the first game. So yesterday, in the first round of 16 series, we saw Seed 3 go down to Seed 14. And now to start off the round of 16 here, we have Mr. Yo, Seed 5, losing the first game to Seed 12. So the next generation, if you can consider Mihai that yesterday, Sitaux that today, maybe they're kind of out of that conversation now because they have been so good for so long. But they're looking good, man. And what a start there for Sitaux. Again, my feeling is Huns are a must-pick first. A must-pick first pick, or you just absolutely ban them out of the draft. When Yo plays Georgians, which was his first pick, it has to be a victory now in my mind. It has to be a victory, because if it's not, it's just going to look so bad what just happened here, game number 1, without having the Huns as well. Great game plan there from Sitaux. He played solid the whole way through. I think the initial opening from Yo was pretty solid, but I liked the creativity from Sitaux. First off, he built the towers, which we haven't seen a lot of. I liked how he went fire galleys instead of galleys just to recover. He had the spears in defense. He had the scouts offensively. And he always knew what Yo was going to do because of the horse. And because Yo also built the stable in the middle, which is maybe a little bit questionable, but Again, I think the argument for that is if you build the stable at home, it takes such a long way to get to where you need to be. So, GG. All right, so here we are, game 2. Yo looking to slow it down because that first game was rough. Hold on, someone in chat says I'll give 50 subs for T90 hot tub stream. Hold on. 50? Can the hot tub stream be like 20 seconds? Is that acceptable? Dude, I'll sell out for 50. Hold on real quick before we get to that. Serious business here, game number 2. Yo has got one of the best sips for this map, in my opinion, Italians. And Sitaux has picked Hindustanis, which I actually love as well because this is a boom map. Anyone who's committed double dock, triple dock, crazy navy on this map, I think those players have already been knocked out already. I think that this map, with all the food sources you have, all the stone and gold, I really think the water is a bit of an afterthought past a certain point. What I like about the Italians, though, is they can invest as little as possible into water. And then you could still win water because of the cheap dock techs. So I saw Lix at one point play Italians. And you know Lix and Yo, they're pals. They're talking about strats all the time, right? And he went fast castle, and then he got the war galley upgrade, and he popped out with 2 to 3 fires. And he just sniped the fish and boobed. So, which civ is better late game here? They're going to fight over the sheep there. That's kind of funny. I think it's actually pretty close late game. I guess, like, if it's walled and there's castles everywhere, the Italians might be favored because of the Genoese crossbow. But still, Imperial Camel, 9-range hand cannons, like, fully upgraded Hussars, great skirms. I mean, Hindustanis can also be really solid there, too. So I guess we will see. But if any player here was going to go aggressive... Oh my god, Yo just found the sheep. If any player was going to go aggressive in Feudal Age on water here, it would probably be Sitaux. And, ooh, okay. I actually thought of a strategy. So, Doubt in the round of 32 played against Miguel. And what he did was he went fast feudal. He made 2 to 3 galleys to snipe fish. And then he went scouts. And I think that's really good. Because, again, you don't invest a ton into the water. You still snipe some fish. And then you have some scouts on the map. And with Hindustanis, you can destroy the houses and the buildings much faster. You're never going to say no to a little bit of map control. It stops the player in Yo's position from walling up and expanding. You actually can't see this gold. He does have gold elsewhere, though, so... So I would say fast castle for Sitaux makes sense. And then, if not that, I would say going for exactly what I just said, galleys into scouts. Yo, I think it's a little bit more clear. I think the smartest play with his civ would be fast castle. And then a couple fires, maybe. Okay, so John said 2 minutes minimum of a hot tub stream for 50 subs. 2 minutes? I don't know about that. That's a lot of time, man. Does it have to be new content? Can I recycle content? Can I replay the same clips? I may or may not have clips on my stream deck here. But no, this is serious. This is serious. If you don't respect the content, if you don't respect me for anything but my body, sir, I don't want your subs. I have more self-respect than that. Thank you, Night Drive, for the Prime sub 6 months. See? Thank you. Sitau's going to be a massive nerd, and he's going to use his transport ship to block the fish. It's so funny. You don't give the players a scout, and they'll just do anything they can to make things inefficient for the opponent here. This is actually paying off. Like, that's, what, 20 food that Yo won't have? I'd have to math it out, and then Yo saw that. You can't really do anything to defend from it for now. So you just, if you can't beat them, you have to join them. Again, we'll see what the builds end up being here. This would be the time where if they were planning to go Feudal Age, it would be a little bit more obvious. We'll see. Like, I would see Sitaux probably building a mining camp or something. But no, he's building another fishing ship. Yo is building another fishing ship. And Yo is bringing in another boar. This one could be awkward. The choke point can kind of help, though. Yeah, the choke point makes it easy to block off the boar. Yo, queuing up 5 fishing ships tells me this is definitely the fast castle we expected. Down goes the boar. He might even go for a 6th fishing ship, honestly. And then Sitaux. Yeah, he's going fast castle. This is to be expected at this point. It's wild, though, like, the difference between the early rounds. I bet you there's a bunch of... I don't know if there's any players here that played the first 2 rounds that are seeing the difference here, and they're just like... Especially if they lost a grapple game, they're like, oh, man, why did I go 3 docks? Like, guys, we saw a game where Slam weighed 25 demos and 29 fire galleys on this map. It's just like, what? There's so much to gain with resources around the map. 50 ships, when at that point there was like 300 food left in the middle, is wild. I mean, to be fair, it is nice. There's still lots of control here. You still have around 1,000 food. But you have 50 ships in the middle on this. Like, fires and demos was just wild. They both basically had committed. So he and his opponent Eli had committed to the water. And so I guess they just didn't want to give it up. I'm not going to say who said this to me. I talked to a lot of players. But I talk strats and whatnot. And so I basically was just like... I was like, it's infuriating how many people are making so much Navy on this map and not going fast castle. Because I think fast castle is the best, right? And the player said, well, it's normal for casual high-level players to think going 3 docks. He's like, but the pros, the serious names, they know it's a boom map. And that's what these two players have done here. Yo going for a couple walls. Yo is going to go for a stable, I suppose. Maybe mix in some scouts. There's gold back here. This is nice little base. He's got the shorefish to take all the rounds as well. Super smooth FC time, probably. And then we'll see. I mean, fishing ships will probably be sniped. But I don't think we're going to see a ton of crazy commitment here. All right, Chad, do me a favor. And everyone laugh at this joke because it's the first time. I'm not kidding. It's the first time I've ever heard this one. You ready? Ruzael says, T90, has anyone tried making archer ranges on the middle island? Ha, ha, ha. So creative, sir. Wow, never heard that one before. Holy. I love it when people just come out with the new jokes, you know? We don't like recycled jokes here, but that's a new one. No, I have not seen that. Okay, now people... You guys are actually laughing a lot like you actually think it's funny. And you're dropping the plus 7Ks. So now I'm kind of like... I don't know what's real. Really like the approach here from Yo. I think the stable blacksmith is great. A blacksmith market from Sitaux. A little surprising. I think if anyone was going to go for light cav, maybe the Hindustanis would do that. Now, this just takes it back to what I was saying before. I think this is good so you can drop the TCs and boom. But... if 2 light cav come out from Yo... Oh, that's an archer range? What? Oh, okay. Well, alright, I guess if a couple archers come out from Sitaux... That double range? What? Well, if a bunch of archers come out from Sitaux, he could from Yo, he could really surprise Sitaux. Well, I mean, Sitaux might not even have loom right now. Yeah, so he has no loom. Can he see anything? Looks like he's going to make some fire galleys of his own. Wow, double range. This has potential to deny a TC at a really critical time. It also could be. Is he going to try cav archers with Italians? I mean, they don't have the best CA ever. But it's mobile. Which makes a lot of sense. It's tough to justify the crossbow upgrade if you're only going to have like 4 or 5 archers. So yeah, it feels like cav archers. I guess Sitaux is never expecting that. Sitaux is just going to drop his TCs. These TCs need to be placed perfectly. Otherwise, he could be pushed off of gold. There's a villager here from Yo. And so he's going to make another dock. And there's TC number 2. There's TC number 3. The front area of the base is a problem, the gold and the wood. But I think if he gets pushed off of those, he has enough gold to make a scorpion if he needs to defend from the CA. But Sitaux has no clue that Yo is planning on going CA. And it was a little unexpected, in all honesty. He's not going to commit to Cav Archer super long term here, by the way. It's just going to be a couple. I'm not sure I love it, though. The double range is pretty big investment. You need to get Fletching, Bodkin. I love the War Galley choice, though. I think that's a good choice. Super cheap. Feels like Yo's going to win water. And then Yo is going to be delayed with town centers here. Yo is going to lose that villager. What a way to go out. Not only are you getting burnt on the top of your body, but you're standing with no shoes on the ice at the same time. Yikes. Sounds like an awful way to go. Very, very confusing to your senses. And now TC number 4 for Sitaux. So, Sitaux's like... Sitaux is really committing to the boom. Let's see what Yo could do here. Again, he's delaying some eco upgrades to get the Cav Archers out. Let's see. He does know Sitaux is likely over here. Here he comes. Ooh, wow. Sitaux just got Town Watch, which is pretty crazy timing, and now Cav Archers are here, and he's probably so confused by this. And he tries to house wall them. I think he's worried about losing his gold. He will lose a Vill. He will lose this Vill as well. So already the Cav Archers pay off, and I think he will be off of golds here in a second. Well, so Yo's killed 3 Vills already with 2 CA before he even gets more out. And he's blocking. Oh, man, he's going to kill another one. And then he also has the 5 fish, which are still bringing in food. Second TC's up for him. That's great. Third TC's up for him. This is really nice. Sitaux will make a siege workshop. Now, he basically sacrificed a couple bodies there, so he would stop the CA from heading towards the gold. And now Yo... Oh, man, if he would have continued through, that might have actually been good for him. But he sees the TC fire there from Sitaux. Kind of feels like a position where if this was MBL, who we will see playing in the round of 16, he would go Siege Workshop. Because your opponent's probably going to go Scorpion. Sitaux out of the TC to convert. Sitaux back in the TC. Creative play. I see a Vill coming. That must be a Siege Workshop Vill for Yo. And this basically stops Sitaux from easily expanding around the map. Yo does miss an opportunity there, but he's doing some other things, of course. But that's still good for Sitaux. He's at a point now where he needs farms, though. And he's been died off of a lot of the shorefish, so he needs to start to rely mainly on farms for food. And then you're investing wood into farms, and then you need the wood for mangonels. This could get tricky. Close game, could go either way. I would say slight edge here to Yo with all this control. But then again, if Sitaux can get a castle down, start to make some Ghoulems soon, Ghoulems could wipe up the siege and the Cav Archer play. And Cav Archers are just not a fantastic long-term choice here for Yo. There's the Siege Workshop. Mr. Evilsville says, doesn't Italian late game win versus Hindustanis no matter what? Well, you're thinking Genoese crossbow, but then you're forgetting about Elite Ghoulam. You're forgetting about how cheap the Vills are for the Hindustanis. Hindustanis have the 9-range hand cannons. Hindustanis have fully upgraded Hussars, great skirms, Imp Camel. I mean, I think I would lean towards Italians if they got the full setup, right? So, like, castles, 3 castles on each side, great upgrades. But Genoese crossbowmen are slow. It could still die to, like, Cav Archer and Skirm. So I'm not convinced this is a late game win at all. I think it's very even late game. I would say maybe like 55% Italians, 45% Hindustanis. So maybe a slight lead. But when you're at those percentages, I think it just comes down to the gameplay more than anything, right? Which, of course, naturally it always does, but still. So I don't think Yo's going to kill Sitaux here, but this is all about map control. And, like, if he can prevent Sitaux from expanding to get other areas, that's still good enough for him. We'll see if he can. There is going to be siege from Sitaux. Sitaux is starting to outpost the north, which is so good. Like, Sitaux is playing on point here. Because he needs to know if he can expand to the north if he can't expand to the south. I was just thinking that Yo might actually send some stuff that way. And I'm so sorry, I looked away. He lost to Mangonel. And so he was surprised by the defense there from Sitaux, and he's wondering if he could even push now. And then Sitaux is dropping a castle here, which is a good castle, in my opinion. People thinking matchup are like, well, don't condos for Italians count to the hand cannons. 9-range hand cannon is a different beast, though, right? Like, I know condos like are technically seen as like a counter to gunpowder, but gunpowder still does a lot of attack. And if you have the extra range to get some volleys in before they get in close, oh man, nice engagement there for Yo. I actually think the play for Hindustanis here might actually be heavy cav archer. Because at least with heavy cav archer, you could still kill Genoese crossbow and condos. But that's, you know, we're trying to think about ideal late game comps. They got to fight for that position right now. And it's not going to be easy to do. Nice moments for Yo, though. Yo will snipe 2 mangonels. Still keep his siege push alive on this TC, and here come the Ghoulims. But Yo knows there's going to be Ghoulims, so he's starting to add knights now. And Ghoulims are not very good against knights at all. It's a high Pierce armor unit, and even then, it's still low HP for Castle Age. I'd say they're best against crossbows, but even against cav archers, they're not even that great. At least until they're elite, because cav archers can hit and run against them. Crossbows are super slow. Oh man, this is so good for Yo. Another Mangonel gets sniped. A Scorpion gets sniped. And he's going to dive in, snipe the monk as well. He's on the gold. Sitaux doesn't have his army here. Sitaux is trying to counterattack right now with a couple Ghoulims, which could do something. But he's left himself so exposed, and Yo with this map control has just had a really clean game, man. Like, game 1 was disastrous. But he played on a long time, even though he was dead. Maybe to warm up. And he looks warm. Looks super warmed up. The Ghoulims find the monastery. That's not going to be enough. So they probably won't do much. Yo is bringing in relic number 3. And look at Sitau's economy. 15 vills were inside that TC, and 15 vills were under it. Like, this is rough. So he might have the villager lead, but the efficiency for Sitaux is really bad. He needs to come back home and clear this somehow. But can he? Feels like Knight Cav Archer Siege is just so good. And again, Sitaux loses another monk. Will lose all of his scorpions. This is brutal. And that's the crazy thing, is like the army that Yo is fighting with is not even an army that you really get that excited about with Italians late game. So he's just getting sick value from an army that on paper you would never suggest to make with the Italians. And he'll probably continue to make a whole lot more of it, and then he can set up for that late game. He can drop the castles, maybe a castle here next to the gold, maybe a castle over here next to the golden stone. Almost feels like he wants to go for a forward castle right now. Here come the vills. And why not go for a really forward castle if you have this position? If you can get a castle down here. Now, he could throw. When you have such a nice lead, sometimes the defensive castle is the best play. But Yo has no chill. And Yo will snipe another Mangonel. I feel like these 2 Mangonels have been alive doing so much damage for Yo all of Castle Age. And Sitaux keeps getting his sniped. Remember, Yo does not have Bodkin Arrow for the Cav Archers. But the Knights do have Bloodlines, and they have armor, and they have attack. And yeah, dude, these Ghoulims don't stand a chance against this many Knights. Another Mangonel down. Where are the Vills? The Vills are just chilling here. Sitaux is full panic mode. He has no army. It's been an awful game for him. He's been losing fights everywhere. He's going to drop a castle here. But now Yo is going to drop a castle here. And Yo is about to eat the second TC. So for as dominant as game number 1 was for Sitaux, this has been the exact same for Yo. And I think, honestly, If you see 2 castles here, you just go up to Imp. You plan around trebuchets. And even more villagers to feast on here for Yo. Yo's going to have 40 eco kills with 1 death. And I don't remember what that death was, honestly. Maybe the forward Vill that came forward earlier. Easiest position for Yo he'll face this series, probably. The decision now. It's just 4 castles, cancel some Vills, click up the Imp, cheaper with the Italians. He's super chill. And I'm a little surprised that Sitaux is still playing on. I mean, it is a bad position to be in. But then again, it is a map where the games can typically go late. He's just kind of going to forget about this corner and try and move this way. If he was getting hit on this side by anything from Yo, it would be a little bit different. It's actually really important that Yo completes his castle because he's exposed here. How many mangonels do you think Sitaux created this game? He's about to lose another one. I think he's made like 10. And the Ghoulems, he has 10 right now. Castle's gonna go up. He does have 10 Ghoulems, but I think he's also had like 25 or 30. And just because the pressure from Yo, he was having to take engagements way earlier than he ever wanted. He just never had the time. I think the only way to come back in this position for Sitaux would be full Golem and Elephant Rams to push back the castles. But I don't think that's going to happen. The Castle Fire will kill the Golems. So Yo is pretty much fully protected on this side. Yo is also going to snag relic number 4. Well, he'll eventually get it. And Yo also, did he steal the guy's farms here? That villager went a little bit too far. Yep, Yo just drops a mill, steals some farms and shorefish. Why not? And he'll just make a couple more knights over here for the Golems right now. Maybe Sitaux plays on, with, you know, being behind in score massively too because of what Yo did game 1. They're ACCMing each other right now. ACCM typically refuses to resign. But no, I mean, let's not forget that, like, they're crazy focused. And so they... Sometimes, guys, when you're so focused, you just don't realize the score. And yeah, he knew the momentum of the game wasn't there. He sees Imp now, and he calls the GG. We have a 1-1. Nice recovery there from Yo. And any worry that was there, any concern after that first game, just kind of disappears with Yo. That was a good pick for him. Good overall strategy. I think Sitaux just didn't expect the Cav Archers. But honestly, the Cav Archers were good. But the siege push is what was great here. That was so good from Yo to go siege push. A lot of people delay that. They'll think of it like 5 to 10 minutes later. But then it's too late. So everything just felt so calculated there from Yo. Both winning the water, dropping the TCs, going for the siege. And of course, his economy was amazing as well. Now, that's not as big a difference as you would expect. 34k resources collected versus 29k when Yo was just destroying like that. But I want to see, what was the most created units for Sitaux? So 22 Ghoulems. He never had more than 10. And then 8 Mangonels. He maybe never had more than 2. Yo did produce a crap ton of Knights, though. And I mean, Knights just kind of counter everything Sitaux had. That was a good call. Sometimes people just don't make a unit if they don't think it suits their civilization. You still have good Knights for your Italians. It did the job that it needed and got him the victory. Okay, so game number 3. Oh, so important, right? Best of 5. Put your opponent under a lot of pressure here to win 2 straight to stay alive if you win this one. We've got Sitaux going for the Romans, and we have Yo going for his number 1 pick with the Georgians. Now, the Georgians start with the mule cart. I don't know exactly... Oh, wait, the mule cart doesn't spawn until the TC is up. Got it. So, you know, once his TC is up, he'll have that. And he can use the mule cart on wood. He can use the mule cart on gold, which is super nice. The other thing is, with that, you typically have a pretty good start on any map where you're going to incorporate fish. Because you don't need to build the lumber camp, right? Now, Sitaux won't need to build the lumber camp for fish either. And you both do start with a fishing ship here. But little bit of exploration with the mule cart. Good starting economy for the Georgians. And then eventually it's the healing cav that you want to play into. Now, I have a lot of memories of this map and how it's played out. And I remember a lot of cav archers in the middle because the middle wood is so valuable. So that could be great for Georgians. But I also remember a lot of siege all-ins. Like, there was a game, guys, where Mihai, who, you know, played yesterday against Sato, really good player, right? So Mihai was in the early rounds. He won water in Feudal Age. He's kind of adapting, and he's on his way to Castle Age. His opponent was Romans. Went fast castle, double siege workshop in the middle. And it took a while, but even being down 20 to 25 vills, just the full siege just killed Mihai. It was a crazy game. Mihai, like, lost his TC 3 separate times and had to rebuild it. Like, his TC continued to just get chomped on. So I wonder if Sitaux is thinking that he could go all in here, or if he's going to play standard. Usually, you do end up playing somewhat standard because Romans are 5% more efficient with everything. And these guys are so good that, like, all in, not creating villagers doesn't normally suit them. I'm just saying the Romans have some crazy potential. And how many people here remember the game that MBL played against Veleza, where he lost his fish horribly? He was super far behind, and he almost won because of all-in mangonels. Like, just siege in the middle here has just been insanely strong, so we'll see. But this map is not a map that you do a ton of compare and contrast with Civ bonuses. A lot of it is just who can control the game on the outside and the middle simultaneously. I actually think this map is harder to play than any other map in the pool. Yeah, I think it is. Like, maybe Boundary Brawl is a little bit harder. Maybe at Snowball's a little bit faster, but that's just my take anyways. There's the mule cart just muling around, walking around. I talked about this when the mule cart first came out, but that's supposed to be gold there. And when it stops moving, it kind of looks like potatoes. It doesn't look like gold is there. Also, the blocks, yeah, look, it's kind of a grainy mule cart. I don't know why it's not high quality for us. The blocks of stone there on the cart remind me of Stronghold. I used to play a lot of Stronghold growing up. You don't really have, like, you would have to, you'd get your blocks of stone from the quarry, and you'd use a mule that kind of looked like this, and they'd bring the blocks of stone over to your stockpile. Really good memories, man. Expecting a mix of water and a mix of land here. Defense, thanks for the 16. Grinning Giraffe, thank you for the year. Just love your streams, thank you. Yeah, a lot of people have hit the year mark. And I've been back on Twitch for almost 13 months now, actually. So it's pretty awesome. Assuming you guys came in and have stuck around since, so. Yeah, I was going to stream Stronghold, but life's been too busy, man. We got Wandering Warriors Cup happening now, obviously. Titans League Silver actually starts in like a couple days. Make video on the bracket there. Off to Noble Apartment Cup in Germany for an epic event on December 13th. So I'll be taking the flight there. Then there's the family trip, you know, for like Christmas and holidays and whatnot. And then when I come home early January, Titans League Gold and Platinum begins. So a lot of stuff happening, but I do mean it when I say it. I want to do, like, when some things settle down for me a little bit more. I already got it in my mind, right? When I want to do it, we'll do some more chill streams of some other games every now and then. So I don't think Georgians Navy or Romans Navy is necessarily top tier in late game, but it doesn't have to be on this map. You need a civilization with good economy that can play galleys or fire galleys up until and in the Castle Age. And then if you have that, you're fine on this map. I've never seen... we've rarely seen Imperial Age on this map. And if we have, we've rarely seen water play a big role there. Love Sitau's build order. He is up later, but the Res Collected was looking pretty good for him. Same build order for Yo, though. He's up a little bit faster. Just cut 2 fishing ships from the equation. And he is going to go for scouts here. Remember how dominant the victory was from Sitaux game 1. That was his number 1 Civ pick. This is now Yo's number 1 Civ pick. There's a Komodo dragon in the middle. That'll get killed off pretty quickly. There's also some tigers out here, so you got to be careful. And it's going to be stable from Yo. Wow. So, we've seen a lot of archer ranges in the middle. Because you're already on wood and gold for going navy. I'm a little surprised he's going scouts. And obviously he's Georgian, so it just suits the Georgians so nicely. But it is a little bit more difficult to find damage with a scout rush, typically on this map, because a lot of the wood and gold's super close to the TC. Sitaux doesn't have any vision on that, so he doesn't have any clue. And he... sorry, I'm just keeping an eye on Yo here. He is going fires from this dock, and then this dock. And then Yo is also going to go fire galleys. So it's going to be fire galleys and scouts for Yo. Does Sitaux see the scout here? Ooh, see, notice how Yo didn't get in close enough? So Sitaux is actually just going to look to the middle to look for buildings, I think. And Yo is already here. And he's going for an archer range as well. He's being really patient here. He could go in and attack. But if you were to do that, then Sitaux would know, and Sitaux would make more spears. Oh, wait, look at that, though. The spearman sees it. That's super heads-up play. And now Yo says, I can show myself. And Yo is here, and Sitaux has the damage control, and Sitaux is probably like, oh, boy. And this is while also having to focus on water. If a tower were to go up here on this hill, Sitaux would have some big problems. And he's actually just going to preemptively drop his own tower. His spears will come over here to chase the scouts. He knew his range was going to be late. And they still have to pay attention to fire galleys. Right now, Yo's fire galley is being attacked, and he needs to repair. And now Yo's attacking the golds. He is going to kill a Vil. Yeah, he kills a Vil, but he loses a scout. I think that's fine for Yo. And this is okay for Sitaux as long as the tower actually completes. This tower needs to go up now. Yo is bringing in the Vils even. Man, this is crazy because they have fires on fish at the same time. Like right now, Yo's fish are being attacked. And tower goes up. Might not seem like it, but I think Sitaux could be okay. Obviously, this is a ton of pressure coming his way. But he did kill a fishing ship. And he has 8 fishing ships, so that's really smooth for him. He also does have the water buffalo underneath the TC to work with. Oh, man. Guys, if you preemptively tower against certain players, they're just going to laugh and place a tower that's still going to be a pain for you anyways. Yo's just like, okay, well, now you can't counter tower when I do this. That won't range all the Vils consistently, but it will be annoying enough. Especially when fletching comes in, if fletching comes in. Ooh, really weak fires here for Sitaux. And again, lots to look at right now. And 2 kills there for Yo. If he repairs up, that could be huge. And Yo is getting fletching. Now, let's see. Does that tower range the tower from Sitaux with fletching? If it does, that is an amazing tower. And it should also range the Vils, too. That tower is disgusting, man. Wow, man. That is so good. Well, if it ranges the villagers taking gold right now, that's perfect. And it also ranges the tower. Wow. That's so good. And Sitaux now, he's kind of maybe regrets this tower. He did need it. Like, if he didn't build that tower, he might have been dead. And now he's just going to come this way for this gold. All the while, still have to worry about the fish. There's still only been 1 kill on water. There's still lots of fire galleys out there. And it must be awfully difficult to be Sitaux right now. Because he has received a lot of pressure here. But he's still collected more resources. This is impressive. Yo's going to snag foraging for the scouts. Sitaux had completely forgotten about this dock Vil, so this Vil's likely to die. Unless the archer gets sniped. No way. Wow, that's so good. Man, Sitaux is playing amazing. Because Yo is bringing all this crazy play himself, and Sitau's still kind of okay. Sitaux mined a little bit of stone. He now needs to get some quick walls down. Scouts have forging, though. Scouts will kill the vills very quickly. I don't know what 2 of those scouts are doing, but the others get some kills before Sitaux can go back to completing the tower. Still have the fire galleys. Man, if Sitaux could just realize right now and reposition these, he could push. But he's still so focused here. Again, I think this is the hardest map to play in the entire pool. There's so many things to look at. And these fires, I guess they take out the house at least. They'll be on the way. Yo needs a demo, and he is making that. Imagine if Yo didn't have the time to make a demo to be ready for those 4 fires, though, right? Ooh, and his fires are now hitting Sitau's fish as he's positioning his army over here towards Sitau's wood line. Castle Age could be coming in for both. Sitaux does not realize his fish are going down. He's pushing in here. He's like, okay, this is fine for me. This is fine for me. He's reacting to this. Yo is attacking. Can Yo simultaneously land a demo here? Those ships are stacked. Yo killed 3 or 4 vills, and he killed some fish. And now the demo goes in, and somehow the demo didn't do more. I don't know how it didn't hit every single ship there. But he still has played with some really nice control here, Yo. Still, Sitaux has collected more resources. It's all just that Roman's 5% extra efficiency. And even though he's been down workers at times. And he's been repositioning vills. So yeah, obviously having fish would be great. You try and keep alive what you can. But I do think this just becomes about the middle now. So often that siege workshop in the middle has been the key. Could see something like Pike Siege working for the Romans. I think Yo's fires... Oh, they didn't find this fire, actually. But Yo, like... Yo's game plan is just going to revolve around keeping the hill. If he can get a push going from the hill, Sitaux dies. And there's buildings everywhere from Yo for vision. He's got army looping around all the time. Such a good game from Yo. And the leftover Georgian scouts just heal up. So any damage that was done to these scouts has kind of disappeared now. That's going to be the second stable for Sitaux. So his hope here is to go for knights, which I really like. Still some fire galleys out, about 5 for both. Yo backing away here. Another... I guess, yeah, that is another stable for Yo on the right. These 2 are insanely good. Like, they are both playing incredible. It's been the perfect series so far. The first game, Sitaux completely destroyed Yo, and it wasn't close. And then the second game, it was the opposite. Yo just returns the favor. And now, game 3 is just 50-50. Hopefully, game 4 and game 5 are the same. Oh, Yo's micro is so good. Look at him kill off those skirms with the scouts. And then he still has the archers to kill the spears. Maybe Sitaux was just distracted on the water. Maybe Yo's distracted on the water right now. Maybe this is worth it for him. He did kill a lot of skirms there. That's got to be worth it for him. And the scouts are still alive. Scouts can still do some damage. If they get away, they'll heal up as well. It's probably worth trying to keep these alive to heal them. And Yo just backs away with the only scout remaining. Sitaux did build a TC there, though. So no longer can Yo just build up a siege workshop there and push. That's pretty crazy that throughout all of that, Sitaux got the TC down. Does have some farms. He's pressuring Yo's fish. He's going to snipe a fishing ship. Okay, so just 4 fishing ships for both. Food eco should be pretty awkward to come by for now. Yo's on 2 TCs. Finishing some buffalo and only on 4 farms. Sitau's up to like 8 farms, 10 farms maybe. There's probably some hunt we're missing too. But it's knights, 1 cav archer, and the occasional monk then for Yo as he gets another snipe. Man, this is like... There's just so many exposed areas in Sitau's base, and Yo has vision on everything. There is a monk. I think it's worth losing your knight to kill that monk. Oh, or there's no conversion. No conversion there for Sitaux, and he wants one here now. He's not going to get it there either. The monk's not getting the conversions, and I think he really needed the conversions there because the rest was kind of looking bleak for him. And RNG gods don't favor Sitaux there, and Sitaux just taps out. These knights would have killed a lot more vills. If you receive those conversions and lost the monks, he's still actually kind of okay. Very unlucky. But look at what else Yo was doing. I mean, Yo was about to drop the third town center. Yo had the church up. The Georgians add efficiency to the areas around the church. Yo also could have potentially swung in one water soon. And Yo had the momentum, which is the greatest resource of all. So after getting smashed in the first game, Mr. Yo, old inevitable Mr. Yo's turned it around here. Looking very sharp with 2-1. But I'm really not thinking that Yo's just going to win this one 3-1 like it's all expected now. I think Sitau's got some really good drafts. He's got a home map remaining. It feels like this could easily go to game 5. Look at the draft real quick. We've got Sitaux with his number 2 pick available. His number 3 pick available. It's not like he's used all his top picks. But Yo does have Bohemians too. And Yo's insanely good with Bohemians. Okay, game 4. And we've got Chinese versus Portuguese. So the Chinese are top 5 on this map, in my opinion. Because they have all this shorefish around their TC. And you start with the house. So you don't have to build a house for a very long time. You can get food right away and maintain your villager lead. The weakness of Chinese is going to be early feudal age because Chinese don't have any food when they start the game. So it is a little bit tougher to match the feudal age times. Yo is Portuguese. Portuguese have cheaper gold units. They have stronger ships. I mean, that alone right there makes the civilization really, really strong. And Yo's also completely obsessed with organ guns. So maybe as Sitaux actually finds the water and steals the buffalo from Yo, which is kind of nice, maybe Yo will try and get a castle down, but it's tougher to do on this map. So yeah, the other thing, back to the conversation of Sitau's resign there. Good players know when they're beat, and it's going to be tougher for people who are a little bit more casual to recognize when a GG's in. The previous one, the populations might have seemed similar, but there was no army for Sitaux. I thought that was a fine GG. But yeah, the first 2 games, the players played on for a very long time and fought, even past the point of what I would have wanted. So by no means the norm. Just stick around and see more. So dock on the outside's expected. Dock between 2 shorefish would be the best. So this shorefish is actually really hard to get. I've noticed sometimes villagers can't get some of them because of the weird corner pieces of sand. So I think you would want to... Yeah, okay, there we go. Sitaux has looked, and these 2 shorefish are close together. So you get the 400 food boost by dropping off all that food at the dock. And then we may see a fishing ship or 2. But I don't know, like, if you try and go for fishing ships with Chinese at the same time as others, I think your feudal age time is later. Because essentially you have a bunch of vills on wood to get the fish instead of the vills on food. So this is Sitaux delaying fish, guys. All in response for the uptime. And actually, I wonder if he is going to rush up. I wonder if that means he goes forward. Because he saw the water, so he knows Yo is there. See the difference in the build? Yo's just got the 2 on the shorefish. And he's got more on wood. Just because he didn't need to compensate in the same way. He'll have the second fishing ship out. Sitau's got 2 on wood. This feels like 1 fishing ship. And Sitaux may go up to feudal age here. Could always just adapt it and add the fishing ships later on, but I can't tell if he's trying to go fast feudal to rush or just fast feudal because he feels like the weakness of the Chinese is that they will be delayed there. So, Hippotalamus, thank you for the Prime sub. And oh my goodness, this build from Sitaux is bonkers, man. Again, I've seen builds with Chinese where people try and go for the 3 or 4 fish, and they actually end up being later than most other civilizations. But this is something special from Sitaux. That is pretty quick. Tuville's heading into the transport. He's going to go forward. This is for a forward dock to tie up the series, take it to a game 5. There go the Vills. They have to be going to try and dock Yo. And now Yo, we'll see if he scouts any of this. Sitau's going to walk by, sees the dock. Sitaux sees the house, so he has to avoid this. And then Yo, he needs to drop off some food here to click up. He's already transporting Vills for the second lumber camp. Look at Sitaux. Walk this way. 2 onto gold. Trying to decide how many more villagers he gets on wood. Even pulling the villagers off of shorefish to get everything on the wood. This is all about winning the water. And Yo doesn't see this, but is he going to look? Or does he still have work to do here? The most important part of this is if Yo spots this. If he spots this, he could still be fine. Look, it seems like he was looking there. Like he sensed something. He's bringing his scout home as well. And he finds it. He finds it. Okay, Yo's too experienced to let that happen. All right. But, I mean, he's still 90 seconds from clicking up. You need this transport ship to ferry villagers back and forth. So even losing the transport ship really hurts you. He also has no water buffalo underneath the TC. So any new villagers can't really work. And so Sitaux, one of the players that started some of the metas we have these days with all the super aggressive uptimes, he thinks he's in a great position. But look at this. Yo is going to walk forward and do the same to him. We've got a banger on our hands. Oh, man. But Chinese town centers have more vision. And on Houseboat, you actually could see the whole shoreline, which is pretty ridiculous. So, did he research Town Watch? Or is this the Dark Age bonus vision? I don't know. Yo right now might think that he's surprising him. Okay. Transport's still alive for Yo. It's only 1 dock fire galleys from Sitaux, so it took a little bit of time. 2 docks at home for Sitaux then, with 1 dock forward. Yeah, it kind of felt like Town Watch for Sitaux, so that contributes to the vision. You would have still seen that dock, even without Town Watch. Scouts are so valuable here. You can't be losing your scout. Yo backs away. Scout is a little weaker. And his fishing ships still haven't been killed, but it's getting there. And now the scout goes down for Yo. And now the transport's being focused. Sniping that transport is super worth it. Because then your opponent can't make a fire galley. They have to make another transport at some stage, right? Oh, Sitau's going for it. Sitau's going for it. He gets it. He's also repairing here. He's also defending here. Remember, Portuguese ships are stronger. Wow, this is sick from Sitaux. Look at the repairs. Look at the defense. Wow, what a game from him. This is so well played. And he also could save this ship. If he repairs that as well, that would be huge. Yo did get Water Buffalo in here before his transport went down. So he actually has some time until the villagers can't work anymore. He's creating a demo. Can you imagine if the demo hit right there? And now he's attacking the fish from Sitaux. Sitaux is badly housed, but I mean, no surprise because this is so freaking crazy. And he is building the house. Oh, but no, his transport goes down. Oh my god. Yo's like, how do you like it? And Yo is holding on at home. He has more workers right now. And he needs to repair his own ships. But he loses 1. He's going to lose 2. That's really good for Sitaux. He could probably make a transport now. He needs to. Demo now from Yo. Oh, dude, this could be a crazy demo. Okay, it's not a crazy demo, but it still does help. It still did connect. Ooh, Yo has to be careful with his vills here. I don't know where it happened, but Sitaux lost his scout, so it's not like he can run over here and get the snipe. Sitaux, my friend, you need a transport ship. Can he justify it? Can he get there? Look at the blocking from Sitaux, trying to kill that weak fire. Wow, that's super well played from him. That's crazy. Wait, Yo doesn't have a transport ship either. They're both transportless, and boom! Yo! Lands a huge shot. And he has another demo here. He just lost 3 vills, though. And he lands another demo here. So he lost all 3 of those vills on the shoreline. Guys, neither player has a transport ship. Yo might be trying to maybe click up the castle or something. But this is wild. Neither player could justify making a transport ship, I guess. Both players think they're both so dead right now. They're like, oh my god, I've got all these idols. I'm dead. So they both think the opponent's going to win, but they're both in the same position. Transport ship is in queue for both of them right now. Holy. Can you imagine if someone accidentally made the transport ship on the front? Like a misclick? That would be brutal. Yo's resources are looking amazing, though. Don't ask me how. But Yo, maybe because he had a few more fishing ships, he ends up almost having the resources to click up to Castle Age. Now, he doesn't have any of the buildings, though, so he's still pretty far removed from clicking up. He saves the vills. Sitau's going to save the vills. Res collected's even, so I think Sitaux can build a market and probably get up to Castle Age at a good time. And Dock is still forward for Sitaux, just one of them. 2 docks still forward for Yo. Yeah, I think it's got to be advantage Yo. If he's going to click Castle Age faster and his 2 forward docks, this has to be a better position for him. So much to look at. So much to control. Sitaux needs that market. He needs to buy some food to click up. Yo still doesn't have his buildings. He just is now building the blacksmith in the market. Yeah, Yo had 3 minutes of idle TC time. But, I mean, you could argue that that's justifiable if... Ooh, nice demo. I think you could argue it's kind of okay, because the vills that he was creating weren't working for so long. But, obviously, yeah, you obviously would want the vills. Sitaux still needs the market. Big demo! Oh, no! Sitaux! It looked like it was just looking okay over here. That demo was huge. Still no market. Needs to maybe drop some mills. But go ahead and play Houseboat, guys. And tell me how it feels, because it's not easy to play this map. 2 docks. From Yo, he's shifting a bunch of vills on the stone. And like we said, Yo loves his organ guns. I think we'll see it eventually. Man, like... I think Sitau's had a really good game the whole way through. The one thing that's really... I'm starting to question now is the barracks. Like, I really think he needs to get up. I would have loved to have seen a market. I think he's trying to go archers, but Yo's going to be walled anyways, so the archers won't do anything. So, in my position... I mean, he doesn't know what we know. But I think you have to assume Yo is walled. And I think you just need the market to try and click up here. Even, I like the farming eco. I like the second mills. I like the additional vills on gold. All that's fine. I think market, you click up. Then maybe you're okay. This is dangerous, guys. He might never make it to Castle Age. And then it's a series. Like, Yo is getting War Galley now. Yo's ships are going to be upgraded. You got to get to Castle Age before your TC goes down, Sitaux. Market just so late. He brought so much pressure to Yo. Such a sick job from Yo to also dock Sitau's side with double dock when he got docked like that. He adapted very nicely. And, uh-oh. This is painful now. This is a problem. Sitaux honestly should cancel all vills. Oh, yikes. You're kidding. Another big demo from Yo. What just happened? And if you create more vills, I guess it does give you more arrows to fire out of your TC. But I'm not sure it does much else than that. Still no market for Sitaux. He's hoping archers could eventually do something. Yo is still making some navy here. That's a nice demo from Sitaux. He's still going to remain competitive. A caravel? Yo's created 2 caravels? Did he try that? I don't think he tried that. I don't know how that happens. But he created caravels. And still the caravel, I guess, forces a tower out from Sitaux. The caravel will actually snipe the transport ship. Man, Yo's demos have been disgusting. Yo's demo, like the last 3 or 4 demos he's had have been perfect demos. No, Sitaux, don't try it. Don't try it. Not worth it. Don't try and run away. Oh, God, the transport's down. Guys, Yo's going to win. Yo's in Castle H. He is way behind in vills. Like, way behind. But he's dropping a castle on the front now, too. I mean, Sitaux just doesn't have the economy to click up. And I just think back to the archer switch. Everything else is okay. The res collected's still close. But sometimes you just need a market to stabilize things a little bit, you know? Yo's got 3 on food, of which is probably like 3 villagers on berries. I think these were the 3 vills. Or no, the 3 fishing ships. But the GG's called. Yo wins the game. Yo moves on. I was actually very concerned for Yo after the first game because he got so unbelievably obliterated. But every game since, he just looked amazing. I also want to hand it to Sitaux. I think Sitaux played incredible today. And I think this game was much closer than it looks right now. Because he had way less idle TC time. The KD was still really close. Even the resources collected was really close. But at a certain point, he needed Castle Age. And he wasn't able to get there. And I think maybe like 10 minutes ago, like, or not even 10 minutes ago, like right when the barracks starts to go up, right here. Okay, look at this. So there's more workers for Sitaux. His water's fine. Here, he could still do some things. Here, if instead of that barracks, it's a market, and he never builds the range, I think he can use the market and click up soon. And be up to Castle Age. And then, obviously, Yo's still going to be in Castle Age faster. But then you're not, like, completely surrounded by Navy. You maybe can hold on and from there drop TCs and hang in. So, that's kind of where things went wrong in this game. Clearly, Sitau's build order was just all designed around getting that early pressure in here on Yo. And it just didn't work out. And Yo made it look easy there. Again, KD, very close. Res collected, very close. But slightly more food, slightly more gold there for Yo. And his ships are always a little bit stronger, too. You got to remember with Portuguese. So if they made a similar amount of units, the Portuguese units were cheaper. The Portuguese units were also a bit stronger there, too. So GG, Sitaux knocked out in the round of 16, but Mr. Inevitable, Mr. Yo Mad moves on to the quarterfinals.